Hi, my name is Miguel Montano, and welcome to my presentation on crisis communication strategy, how brands respond to public backlash. So, crisis communication is one of the most important parts of strategic communication because it deals with how organizations react when something goes wrong, whether it's a PR mistake, a social media backlash, or a product failure. In the next few minutes, I'll explain how and why crisis communication matters, the key strategies behind it, and what we can learn from real-world examples. So, what is crisis communication? Crisis communication is the practice of strategically managing and responding to events that threaten an organization's reputation. The main goal is to maintain public trust, protect credibility, and reduce potential damage. In today's digital world, crises spread faster than ever, often within minutes on social media. So the way a brand responds can make or break public perception. A thoughtful, strategic approach helps organizations not only survive a crisis, but sometimes even come out stronger on the other side than they were before. Now we have the core strategies in crisis communication. So experts in strategic communication generally agree on 5 key strategies when responding to a crisis. First, speed. Brands need to respond quickly before misinformation speeds and controls the narrative. Second, transparency. Admitting mistakes and clearly explaining what happened builds trust. Third, empathy. Showing understanding and care for those affected makes the response more human and more credible. Fourth would be consistency, meaning messages must stay aligned across press releases, the social media posts, and spokesperson statements. And finally, would be action, which is it's not enough to just apologize. Companies must show what steps they're going to take to solve the problem and prevent it from happening again. Moving on to the case study, a major example of a crisis communication in action is Pepsi's 2017 advertisement featuring Kendall Jenner. This ad attempted to portray a message of unity but was widely criticized for trivializing serious social justice movements. The public backlash was immediate and intense, dominating news and social media conversations. Pepsi responded within 24 hours by removing the ad and issuing a public apology, acknowledging that they missed the mark. While a fast response helped limit further damage, the situation showed that even large companies can fail if they don't understand their audience and the social context before launching a campaign. The biggest lesson would be prevention through audience awareness is just as important as the response itself. So, why exactly does crisis communication matter? Crisis communication is much more than just public relations. It's a strategic leadership tool. How a company handles a crisis can define its long-term reputation. A transparent and empathetic response builds credibility and shows that the organization is willing to take responsibility. It also shapes public opinion, protects brand image, and can even turn a negative situation into an opportunity to demonstrate values and improve internal practices. In short, how an organization reacts during its toughest moments often speaks louder than anything it says when things are going well. So, in conclusion, crises are inevitable for any organization, but they don't have to destroy reputations. With a strategic plan focused on speed, transparency, empathy, and consistency and action, brands can navigate public backlash and even strengthen trust without their audiences. The Pepsi case is just one example of how critical crisis communication is in the modern world of instant reactions and online conversations. So by planning ahead and responding thoughtfully, organizations can emerge from a crisis, not just intact, but more respected than before. Thank you for listening.